remember what it was like for me sort of emerging as a filmmaker, and particularly when I set out to make feature films, that a couple of established directors provided access for me to their sets. So I know that young filmmakers find it hard to get those opportunities. And when they do, it can be really, open up a door of perception and a sense of how they might function themselves artistically in that environment. There are a number of different jobs to be done, and our crew ends up being close to 100 people. 30 of them professionals, 45 of them students, and then another 15 or 20 actors. And students bring an enthusiasm, a freshness, a passion that is really stimulating to the overall project. But in this collaboration, it also brings out the best in the professionals to be mentoring students. They really rise to that occasion as well. You realize that for so many of the students, it's actually transformative. The environment, the ambience of Nantucket is so particular and is visually striking. And since a lot of our films, most of them have been period films set in earlier times, that connection also has been helpful. But the welcoming embrace of so many people in the town, the physical just look and feel of the island, the fact that our little community of students and professionals can navigate it easily. We don't have to get into vans and move to, every time we have to do something. All of that is just the small town element of it is also, people that work at the pharmacy or people that work at the Athenaeum are always, they know who we are when we show up, because we show up in January, and so we like it. Yes, it's a bit inconvenient. There's cost associated with the ferry and for trucks coming over on the ferry. Airline tickets are really extremely expensive in the off season, which is problematic for all the actors that we bring in. But, you weigh it all and you raise some money and you try to make it happen. Now, in Maupassant's case, Peter did not have a specific military history, although there are references to the Franco-Prussian War, which would have been a war that would have taken place post-Civil War, which gave us an opportunity to dig into some of the history regarding Nantucket that sacrificed, quite a few soldiers in the war. We came up with the idea that there was a boat bringing soldiers back from the front in the Civil War, and people greeted the boat as sort of a homecoming for these soldiers, only to discover that, I can't remember the number, 26 or 27 of them were dead, being brought back to Nantucket. It was a real shock to the community. The backstory that we developed for Peter was that this tragic moment stimulated him, although he was a pacifist, to join the war as a doctor. One of the things Nat Philbrick said to us early on in our research was a returning Civil War veteran living on Nantucket might have had exposure to drugs, might be drug addicted coming back because of the painkillers, and that informed a character as well. So we found that we could sort of open up the French story and introduce into it Nantucket characters. Also, the novel is very much a seaside novel, so it fit perfectly. Although I have to say that when we rented the sloop to take us out, or the schooner out on, the Nantucket Sound, it was a little more than we bargained for. It's always hard to shoot on water, and it was somewhat dangerous, actually.